What is going on? Darksticks here, and today we are going to talk a little bit about why Geos are still important to early free-to-play accounts, why I don't think you should skip them, and why I think you should, early on, you should be getting into a guild that is doing dark side Geo battles here. So first off, Geos are going to get you Wat Tambor. I mean, that is first and foremost. I think early on you want to try to get into a guild that is getting at least some shards of Geos, and then once you get your own Geos built up, I think you should try to find a guild that is doing, a good solid 30 to 40 Wat shards every time it comes around. That is once a month, and so it is going to take you a little while to get enough shards to get him built up. Obviously, if you're doing 30 shards a month, that's 11 months of being in that guild. And so I think you are going to want to not skip that, because his shards are expensive if you try to get it another way. If you use get 3, something like that, you're talking about quite a bit you are spending on Wat when you could get him basically for free if you just stay in a guild. Now, you could be giving away resources, obviously, so it is a trade-off. Right now, obviously my Geos are all Gear 12 and I have Spy at Relic 3, and that is mainly for my Malevolence fleet. I think that is another reason the Geos are so good, is because of the fleet that they're in. Malevolence needs 5 ships, and it is solid. 2 of those being, pilotless, and then the other 3 being the Geos. Right now that all could change here in a few months. If they come out with a trench ship, the Geos could go under trench, and then you could add a couple other things in there, and I think they would still be relevant. I think it would still be a good ship. So I definitely would say do not skip. Do not try to get into too big of a guild quickly and skip out on the Wat shards. I think Wat is a great character in this game, has a lot of uses still. I use him all the time with C. You can use him with SWGOH. You can use him in a lot of different places to cheese some feats in Conquest or do other things. He has a lot of uses and is a pretty solid character. Also is required for JMK if you're going to go that route. And this is by far the Geo territory battle is the easiest way to get him. Yes, it is going to take a lot of time. Like I said, you're looking at, if you're in a really good guild that's getting like 40 shards, which I have been in before, you're looking at a lot shorter time. 8 months, you can easily get him built up. But if you're in a little bit lower guild, it may take you a lot longer, and you may need to look at your guild and decide, I'm getting this, and, maybe only 15 people are doing it besides you, and you're like, well, maybe I need to move to a different guild. And that's a conversation you're going to have with yourself, maybe with some other people. Ask. Feel free in the comments to ask, and, we can work through and decide, where we're at. While we're talking about it, we are very close to 500 subscribers, so if you guys would hit the subscribe button, we'll be doing some fun things for that once we hit 500 subscribers. Do appreciate that. Here, throw that in the middle of the video here. But yeah, Wat is a solid character. I would say build up your Geos. You do not need Gear 12 on them. I had an early guide. There's some other ones out there. The playbook has one. A few other people have one for low gear Geos. I brought my Spy up to Relic 3 mainly for the ship, but then also it does help in this. He just hits super hard at Relic. And honestly, one Relic character, in order to guarantee myself Wat shards and everybody in the guild, I thought it was worth it. I did join a guild at one point that required me to have Gear 12 Geos. That's the only reason they are Gear 12. Prior to that, they were all at like Gear 10 and 11. With okay mods, they still have just okay mods. I would actually say some of them are probably terrible mods because I haven't remodded them in a long time. And then Spy probably has better mods out of everybody on there. But my Geo Brood Alpha doesn't have both Zetas on him. You're still able to complete this mission no problem. And there is a Poggle Omicron, but that's for territory wars. Obviously, another reason you would want Geos. Territory wars, a lot of times people do put a wall of Geos They're tough to deal with. There are counters to them, obviously, but it just takes a lot of coordinated attacks. You have to go through the team twice in territory wars with that Poggle Omicron, so it does take a long time to get through them, and it's not a fun battle. So definitely that is another reason, because of that Poggle Omicron, you can do quite a bit with that. So it is a team that is well-rounded. You're getting a fleet, you're getting a territory war, and you're getting a territory battle team that you can use. And that is why I think Geos, I know other people might disagree, I think Geos are still relevant. Obviously in the end game they are not as relevant. I don't think you want to take them up to crazy relic levels unless you just want to do the one ROTE territory battle they're in. I think they need to be at like relic 7 or something like that. I think in game, maybe under malevolence, you want to bring them up to a higher relic level. But honestly, early game, get them to gear 10 or 11, and get Geo ready, Watt ready Geos, and continue on from there. You can see this is pretty much walk in the park. We just apply ability blocks around and go to town on these guys. So definitely, I would say do not skip Geos. Get into a guild that is getting you those Watt shards so you can get Watt, so you don't have to go back from it. Maybe you could argue, you could say the same for Cam. He's not as relevant, doesn't have in as many game modes, so that's why I don't think Cam rises to that same level. There we go. We got our reward this time. Last time I'll be doing Dark Side Geos probably, because our guild is moving out of that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.